I'm a little bit late to the party with this one, but this is one I've been waiting for a very, very long time. And I know that a lot of other people in the automotive industry, journalists, racing drivers, everyone and anyone that likes cars has been waiting for this one. This is the M3 Touring. Now, this could potentially be one of the top 5 best cars I've ever driven. And I've driven a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. And let me get into the reasons for why I think that. It obviously has the practicality of being an estate car. It has the performance of being an M3, a supercar beta. But it's the way they put all of those things together. Now, this is not a cheap motor vehicle in any way, shape or form. This one especially, with the matte paint, the carbon ceramic, the ultimate pack, the red leather, expensive seats, all of that kind of stuff, come to an eye-watering £103,000. Now, you don't have to tick all of those available options. This is a press car from BMW, meaning that they tick basically every option, so you can see what you can get on the car. So this has everything ticked. But there are a few things on this spec car that I would say, if you were looking at buying one and speccing it yourself, then I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, get them. I'd say these seats, which, you know, just get the ultimate pack, it comes with these. These seats are just brilliant. They are so good. I think these are up there with like 918 Spider Porsche GT3 seats. They're that good. I love them. The carbon ceramic brakes, I would potentially choose on one of these cars if you're buying it brand new, because this is not a light car either. This is a heavy car. It goes up 85 kilos over the saloon, and it's 1,860 odd kilos with 510 horsepower, meaning that it remarkably feels like it has more power than it actually does. It masks its weight so unbelievably well. The front end and the turn-in on this car is exceptional. It's sublime. You feel so confident when you get to a corner quickly of just chucking the front end in, knowing full well that you're completely stuck to the road. That obviously leads me on to the fact that you still have all of the gubbins on this car, that you can have the drift analyzer. You can put it in two-wheel drive mode. If you turn off the traction control, you literally just press it once. It comes up saying DSC on, MDM, which leaves it in four-wheel drive mode, but it lets you have a little bit of fun on track, I imagine. And then you've got the DSC off, and you can choose four-wheel drive or you can choose two-wheel drive, which then means you can go into your drift analyzer and you can act like a complete hooligan. She's a beast. See what I mean? So you can put it in two-wheel drive mode if you want to. The new dash interface, I really like. I've heard mixed reviews on these, but I really like it. I first drove it in an iX M4 thing, the I version of the M3. I really like it. I think it's really nice. They've judged it really well with the way I sit. They've judged it really nicely with the way the steering wheel goes down here. It cuts off a bit, but it's just a one lovely sweeping piece of glass. Touchscreen's very responsive. There's a lot on here. There's a lot of information, but I just put Apple CarPlay on and jobs are good. This car has the potential of being all things to all men. So if you are a car enthusiast, you love your cars and you want to have something fast and exciting and something that everyone looks at, because let's be honest, everyone loves this new M3 Touring. If you want something like that, you're covered. If you want something that's under the radar, you could buy a black one on silver wheels and no one's going to know. It doesn't make a massive amount of noise outside. You've got the noise piped in. If I thumb the M1 button, which I have it all set up to go into Sport Plus, on the engine note and the exhaust, you get this thrum on the upshifts, and you get a lovely yowl from the inline six up front. It is mind-bendingly fast though, like really, really fast. And if you like M3 Tourings and you think, oh yeah, okay, it's fast, but it's not really, 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 really fast. Next week, I'm in another M3 Touring from a specialist tuners, and it has 700 horsepower. So make sure you like and subscribe this video, because that one's going up next week, so you can see what it's like to have something with even more poke under the bonnet. Twinned to the more refined nature of this new M3 Touring, I think this is the right gearbox for this car. That's how I would describe it. It's the right gearbox. This thing is such a hooligan. It feels that sort of relentless turbocharged wave of torque and performance that you would expect from an engine with 510 horsepower, to be honest with you. What do we think about the exterior looks of this new M3 Touring? It's been a long time coming, so we've all wanted it to look absolutely perfect and spot on. I think the rear three-quarter looks absolutely bob on. I think the four exhausts look great. Everything looks as it should. It's wide, it's mean, it's got those flared arches. Looks fantastic. Let's get over the fact that it's got its nice little buck teeth, bunny tooth, donkey teeth, whatever you want to call them, out the front as the grills. I think it really suits the M3 Touring. There's a sort of balance between the front and the rear on this car, and I think it looks brilliant. Obviously, as I say, it's not a small car. You think of 3 Series Tourings as being a small estate car. It's not a small car. It's quite wide, but it's a really, really good thing to look at. And it has the right amount of menacing with the right amount of under the radar. You could turn up to your parents-in-law and your mother-in-law wouldn't know that you'd gone and spent £103,000 on a car, or you could turn up to your mate's house and they would, because they'd get in it and they'd be like, wow, this is a really, really serious piece of kit. If this is the sort of car that you're looking at going to buy, there is obviously that argument of what else is in the range. You've got the new C63 AMG, but that's going to be even heavier than this because of its hybridity. And then, hybridity? Is that a word? I think it is. But then you can look at RS4s. This absolutely knocks an RS4 into a cocked hat. This is in my opinion, just a superior car. I would liken it more to a rival of an RS6, but an RS6 is a bigger, even more refined still car than this. It depends what you want. Do you want the smaller, more exciting, more darty sort of BMW M3, or do you want the heavier, bigger, maybe a little bit more practical, a little bit more refined RS6? I don't know. Put down in the comments which one you would choose. I honestly don't know. I'd have to go drive them back to back. It's not a jack of all trades, master of none. It's a master of all the things it puts its hand to. It is remarkably, remarkably good. Next week, I've got a tuned one of these on the channel, so make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe this video so you don't miss that one. Thanks for watching.